Okay.
Welcome to our podcast.
This is Till Drink Do Us Part.
It's all about why we got sober, how we got sober, and how it's going being sober. So I'm Dan.
I'm Nicky.
Could be the other way around.
Yeah.
This day and age.
Right. Okay.
Welcome to our podcast.
This is Till Drink Do Us Part.
It's all about why we got sober, how we got sober, and how it's going being sober. So I'm Dan.
I'm Nicky.
Could be the other way around.
Yeah.
This day and age.
And we've been married for 13 years, and alcohol in one way or another has shaped our lives through our marriage and way before. And so we're going to be sharing with you stories about our journey through our lives and through our sober life of the last 18 months
Yeah.
to a year, nearly a year.
Yeah, not
2
far
years.
off a year. Yeah. October 2023.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So how did it start?
Well, I was considerably more of a drinker than you were.
I think we were both pissheads.
Both pissheads, but for me,
Yeah.
it started to become a problem, didn't it?
I don't know. I don't think I was far behind you.
Well, yeah, we will share those stories.
The trials and tribulations.
Some of them, not all of them. Well, maybe all of them. But
Depends how brave you are.
it ultimately came about. It should have come about a lot sooner, but it was an ultimatum for me, wasn't it?
Yeah. Dead
After-
honest, I give you an ultimatum. But then, instead of giving you an ultimatum and still carrying on drinking alcohol, I decided that if I was to give you an ultimatum, I should support you by not drinking as well. So I did the same.
Yeah.
And here we are,
Yeah.
18 months later.
Yeah, and at the time, didn't know if I could do it, but I was
I think
willing
you've done well.
to
I
do
think
it
you've done
just for the
cracking.
sake of keeping my family together and for myself, because I knew deep down. I mean, looking back, I at the time I didn't want to, and I didn't think I had a problem. But looking back at some of the stuff that I was doing, I definitely had a problem, and it was going to only get worse. And if we had split up and I had chosen that path, like that sliding doors moment, if I had chosen to carry on drinking and told you to fuck off, I'm going to carry on drinking, you either like it or you lump it, then God knows where I'd be now.
Do you think you'd be worse off?
Yeah, I'd be a lot worse. I don't think I'd have got better.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean like as in life without me. Like, would you have been worse off with your drinking?
Yes, I would have carried on drinking and finding reasons to drink, and us splitting up would have been like a reason to drink.
Yeah, I think I would have been the same. I think I would have probably. I'd have probably gone on the piss.
But it's not until you stop drinking that you realise that drinking doesn't actually help. It doesn't make you feel better. It doesn't. It's like a plaster. You just put it on it for a minute, and you feel great for a minute. It takes your mind off things, but then once you're sober, God, you just feel so much worse. The anxiety, the dread, the long term, like just every day is a struggle when you're drinking, but you don't realise it.
I think I've said to you a few times, I think the biggest thing for me, what was obviously our relationship, but then, so I'll say the second biggest thing for me was that question that I was like, I can't remember who asked me the question, but they said, if you could have all of your days, your hangover days back at the end of your life, so you're on your deathbed, you've got your kids and your grandkids in front of you, and you can have all your hangover days back at that point, would you have them? I was like, that's a serious question.
Yeah.
That's a deep question.
I mean, a lot of people would argue the drunk times were the fun, I wouldn't give up the drunk times. I wouldn't change them. And I wouldn't change my drunk times at all. Like, really don't. I've had a great time, but I've also had a really shit time. I think everything that's shit that's happened in my life, every bad moment, every bad choice, every incident is revolved around alcohol.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Alcohol was involved somewhere or the other.
Yeah. Falling out with friends.
Yeah.
You falling out with
You.
girlfriends in the past. Falling out with you. Breaking shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Family dramas.
Yeah, family. Yeah.
Injuries.
Yeah. Yeah. Embarrassing moments.
Very embarrassing moments. Very.
So where did it all start for drinking?
Troubled teenager, I think. For me, parents going through a divorce, looking for just escape, hanging around with the wrong people.
Big one.
But I had it did, like, the parents splitting up was a big thing. I got away with a lot more, played each other off, and I just didn't care or rebelled.
Mine, I think, would have been Jack the Lad, doing it because it was cool.
Yeah.
I think robbing dads, not my dad's, but all of us would go and it is funny. I mean, when you think about it, it's funny.
Yeah.
You go up and get the drinks cabinet and get all of the alcohol together and mix the most rank concoction in the world.
Yeah.
And it would give you that buzz.
2020.
Oh yeah, Mad Dog 2020.
White Lightning.
Rank. White Lightning, yeah.
Yeah, that was mine.
Did you have a shotgun White Lightning?
No.
Shotgun where you stab a hole in the top, shake it up.
Well, no, we had bottles.
Yeah, so you've got the 2 litre bottle, you stab a hole in the top.
But glass bottles?
No, plastic box. No, we used to do it with 2 litres. I'm northern. We did it properly. You have 2 litre bottle of White Lightning in a plastic bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Stab the top.
Was it diamond white? Because
Shake
there was
it
one
up.
that wasn't there the White Lightning, and then there was diamond white, and then there was.
Yeah, I think they're all.
Stone
You can get them all.
House.
I think you can get.
Stonehouse cider.
Oh, you're from Devon, so your cider's like proper cider.
Yeah, it was rocket fuel.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
I think if you go in the Spar shop now, you'll still be able to get it.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to stab a hole in the top, and then shake it up, and then put your mouth over it. Shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been sick a few times doing that.
In the park. Don't know how we survived.
No.
But yeah, so that was growing up. That was like.
Wow, there's so many stories, isn't there?
Just teenagers.
We can start to touch on with that.
And then it's just,
What's it like now, though? What do you feel like now? I mean, I feel, to be fair...
I feel so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, just...
And I'm not just saying that. Like, the difference...
Quality of life.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, to some people, it doesn't suit everybody, But you find pleasures with different things, like a coffee in the morning. That my favourite time of day is waking up and having 2 cups of coffee before I get out of bed.
I have a real coffee connoisseur, like flying into it when we go working in Italy, and the coffee's amazing. Do you know, I get as much of a buzz off the coffee in Italy as I probably do off alcohol. It's rocket fuel. Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
But life's generally better for me, I would say.
Got more focus, got more energy, just I'm a better parent because, I've got more patience, way more patience.
More energy, more passion.
Yeah. But yeah, so it makes me a better person, I think. Alcohol, I was an arsehole a lot of the time.
No, you weren't. You weren't an arsehole.
Sometimes.
You could be.
I could be an arsehole. But then
between drinking and hangovers, you were vile. But then.
But that's the gamble you take.
There's always that.
You don't know what Nicky you were going to get.
Yeah, but it was always a nice. I mean, I think the reason I stuck with it is because I knew the real you, and the real you was in there, and it was. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It was a fight. It was a fight.
Yeah.
It was horrendous at times. It's loads better now. Loads better. But even now, it's taken a good 12 months before we've sorted it out, because we still had the tail end of
resentment
and stuff that was in there. There was still that, you can't cause all that much aggro between each other and then think,
No.
oh, well, I'm going to stop drinking and it's all going to get end.
No, and you become different people.
Yeah.
Like without the alcohol and trying to find yourself again and who you are, because alcohol makes you a different person, and then when you take that out, you are finding yourself again and becoming more confident. You become more confident because you look better, you feel better, but the other ways you're not as confident. Like my social anxiety, a lot of the reason why I drink is still there.
Yeah.
I can't shift it. I am still a rabbit in the headlights whenever I'm in a big crowd of people.
Is that because of crowd of people, is it? Is that just because of being in like a crowd of people?
Yeah, I don't know why. I really don't know why I get like it. I think it's just being self-aware. It's like not feeling confident. I don't like small talk. I hate small talk. Superficial talk. I can't.
Yeah, you do find. You do find, don't you, that
I can't deal with bullshit. I can't deal with people. I don't suffer fools, and a lot of the time when you're social drinking, you have to suffer fools.
So you drink to listen to shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Not care. People bore me. Some people bore me. Not all people, obviously, but.
So it's not for everyone.
Probably hanging around in the wrong circles.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just. I think that's. Oh, I think our parents are going to hate this question. Do you think we pay more attention not drinking to our kids than our parents did to us?
My parents didn't drink.
No?
No.
So where did your drinking come from then?
Fuck knows. Really don't know. I think it is just, like you say, probably like just growing up, hanging around in the park.
Yeah. So it's not even if you can. My parents didn't drink, and I was always involved.
There was always alcohol around because we grew up in the hotel industry, so there was always that. But they weren't big. They weren't drunk like I was around my kids. When there were times when I would drink and I would think it was all right, but I never grew up with that. I never saw that. I just.
I think that's one of the things that scared me the most.
Yeah, what they saw.
And what the kids saw, but also like. I'd go to the pub on, let's say I go to the pub on a Thursday or a Friday night. After work, let's do the risk factor. So you pull up in the van, you go and have a few pints. 1 pint would be 2 pints would be 3. Oh shit, I've got to leave my van. So the risk factor, you're now leaving the van, because you can't drive, in the car park full of tools. Yeah. So that's my whole life, that supplied for you and the kids, in the car park, because I wanted 2 more beers. Yeah. Now, if that makes sense,
yeah,
it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then I'd come home, and you'd have a drink, I'd have a drink. I remember sitting there one night thinking, what happens if something happens to one of these children right now? Or one of the kids falls down the stairs. You can't get an ambulance for 2 hours.
But you were always kept it together.
Yeah, but I could never have got in a car.
No, but you would have called an ambulance though, wouldn't you?
But what happens if the ambulance couldn't get here for 2 hours?
Well, yeah. Well, you'd just have to do it. You'd have to get in the car and drive.
Drunk?
Yeah, you would, yeah. Yeah, you would.
That goes wrong, you go through the side of a house. Or kill somebody else.
No, I know, yeah. It is, well, there is that.
So effectively, you couldn't do anything. What you'd have to do is you would be taking a huge risk on other people's lives, your kids' life, for a beer.
Yeah.
Let's put it into perspective. It's for a beer.
Yeah, it's the worst case scenario, yeah.
It's easy. It happens, doesn't it? I'm sure it happens all over the world. People get lashed up, and then, I mean, you used to pass out.
Yeah.
Pass out drunk.
I wouldn't even known. But it's like, I say that, And we used to be a bit of a maternal thing that, I mean, later on when they were young, but when they were really young, I wasn't always that as drunk as I've got. It got worse as the years went on.
Yeah.
But if they would cry, it would just wake me up out of a dead sleep. I was a bit more of a lighter sleeper. So it was like an internal maternal alarm that goes off. But there were times where you wouldn't wake me up.
Yeah. Oh no, I couldn't wake you up. Not for love nor money.
Like later on.
Not for love nor money. No, maybe the kids, but we never got to that point to try that. So, but I definitely couldn't wake you up.
No. But that's.
But then same for me, you know. Once I'd had a few, skin full, as we say.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to get me out of the slumber.
Yeah. And I look back on so many situations, like knowing that now. But when I was younger, say in my early 20s, I used to drink. I used to go. When I was in Canada, I used to like get blinding drunk on shots.
Oh yeah.
And I remember I was with this girl. She went out and she drove to the bar, and we were in the bar, and I was drinking, and I must have gone and passed out, gone to her car and fell asleep in the back of her car. And then she drove the car, had an accident. Next thing I know, I'm in the back of a police car, waking up, like coming around and like fighting with this police officer. Didn't know what was going on. She'd gone over an intersection and wrote off her car. And then, because I had no idea what
You didn't even wake up?
I didn't even wake up through the whole...
You didn't wake up till you was in the police car?
Till I was in the police car. They had to like drag me out. So I had hit my head. I know, because I had a bump on that side and a bump on that side. And I look back on it, and after that, like, her boyfriend had a go at me and said, I think you should pay for half of the damages. Like later afterwards. And I went, what? She drove with me when she was drunk in the car. Like, you know, I'm not fucking paying it. She decided to drive. But when I look back on it, I think what must have happened. We fell out. She didn't have anything to do with me. Again, you know, another friend that I lost over the years. Well, I mean, what must have happened was she came to get me out of the back of the car to go home. She wanted to leave the bar, but she wouldn't have been able to wake me up. There's no way. So she was probably only left with the only option
to drive.
Because of there's no way she would have got me out of that car. So she because it was Canada, it's fucking cold. You know, Winnipeg, it's bloody freezing. She couldn't leave me in that car. So she would have had to have driven that car.
You didn't think like that though at the time?
No, I didn't. I wouldn't have thought it. So it's only since I've been sober I've sort of reflected on that moment and thought, shit, that was bad. Put all of our lives in danger if I had not drunk as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... I don't know what she would be doing now. I would apologise to her if I was to ever see her again. But there's loads of incidents like that when I would have like got so drunk, and then especially when you're younger, you don't have any accountability, do you?
Yeah, I've never really been in a situation like that. I can remember most situations. I don't get blind drunk. I can remember pretty much every time. Bar a couple. I can even remember being in the local club with you and standing against the wall and like swaying, and you saying to me, well, that's the first time I've ever seen you that drunk.
Yeah, and I could probably count on one hand the amount of times that I have seen you drunk, like that drunk.
Yeah, I've always been quite a control freak. So I'll drink, but I will always, I'm ex-military, so I was trained to drink. It was part of it. Not by the military, but that's what...
No, it's a culture, isn't it?
It's a culture. They're not so much now. Things have changed by all accounts. But back in my day, yeah, drinking was a big thing. We used to have bars in our squadrons, and you know, it was a big social thing. It's not so much now. You could tell the difference. Still working in different places and talking to people that are still in the military, you know, it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
But back in our day,
society is changing now, though, isn't it? It's not. I think everything is changing. Alcohol was not just part of like that. It was everywhere. It was just.
yeah, it was like the only way of socialising.
Yeah.
It was the only way, you know, you went to the pub, that was it. And because your dad did it, you did it. And because your mum did it, you did it. So, but there are, and especially like being sober now, learning that there are different avenues
Yeah.
to socialise. There are different things you can do.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
That's only because you don't like crowds.
Yeah, I don't social. I need to do like. I need to find a hobby. I don't have a hobby. Right.
Yeah.
But then I'm just too lazy. And I like
Sleep.
I like sleep. I like quiet. I like peace. Tranquility, which you don't get a lot of with 2 kids, and 2 dogs, but like it's, you know, those little moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, hobby would be good.
So that's me and Nicky. That's how we got started, pretty much probably like the rest of you got started. Some of the little notes and some of the little incidents we've had over the time, or Nicky's had. Why we're both sober, and why we're doing this. It's just to basically get out there that there's more to life than drinking. There's probably things we're going to talk about in the next God knows how many episodes that you'll all relate to. And if this stops one person drinking,
yeah, I mean, not
and
telling
hurting
people
themselves,
not, yeah, but I'm not trying to tell
so
people not to drink. You know?
No, but yeah, I think it's having that. For me, it's like we said, we didn't. I didn't drink that much that I passed out, but
I didn't have enough. Like you can control your drink. I couldn't.
No, I couldn't. I just could drink a lot.
You could drink a lot, but you could go out and have 1 beer, and then that's it. I couldn't do that. It is, and that is an alcoholic. I am an alcoholic, I would say, or a drinking problem. It was very apparent.
If I put a bottle of wine in front of you now, could you just drink that? Could you drink 1 glass out of it and put that bottle in the fridge?
No, and I know it's still in me, even after 2 years. I know that bottle, I just think it's pointless. What would be the point of me having that 1 glass of wine? I get that buzz, and then I know that I will want to go and have then another gun. Then it'll be the bottle. Then I'll go to the shop and get another one. And if we were to get one, I wouldn't be going to buy 1 bottle. I will get 2 bottles. What's the point?
How many?
I would. Even now, it's still in me, so I have to play it out in my head. The scenario, right? Okay, that 1 glass. What's it going to do? It's just going to make me feel a buzz for like what, 5 minutes, and then the rest of that is I'm chasing the buzz. And then I know that I'm going to get drunk because there's that switch that goes off, and you cannot turn it up. You can't turn it back off again. That is it. It's like all or nothing. I know there's a lot of people out there that have.
Yeah, I think there's many people out there relate to it.
And if it's not a problem in their lives, and you know they're happy doing that, then fair enough. You know that. But if it becomes a problem for you, or you know, your partner, the people that you love, then it's a problem. Then you have to do something about it. And I tried moderating. I tried what kind of, because you said I can't drink white wine anymore.
Yeah, we tried to get rid
You're
of the white
stuff. You're a dick
stuff.
when you drink white wine. So I was like, right.
Oh, you're vile, yeah. White wine and Chardonnay. Yeah, white wine is Chardonnay, isn't it? No, what was the fizzy stuff?
Oh, any of it. Any of it.
Fizzy stuff. Oh my God, fizzy stuff is even worse.
I really wasn't like a connoisseur.
Yeah. Then we tried the gin route. Holy shit.
I was like, yeah, because I won't drink as much gin. I'll only have a couple of gins. The next thing I know, I'm going through whole bottles of gin.
Oh, and then doing the wine on top.
Then we were trying to make up mixers. We were like in the kitchen with limes, getting the juice out of limes to make because we couldn't drink the straight gin.
And then you say to yourselves, we ain't got a problem.
I mean, at one point it would be 2 bottles, go to the shop on a Friday. Sometimes, if it was a bad week, we'd start drinking on a Wednesday. And then you'll have a drink on a Wednesday. Then you'll need hair of the dog on a Thursday. And then Friday, it's Friday, so you've got to have a drink on a Friday.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
it
what's
was
the point of
Wednesday.
not drinking if it's Saturday? Then you go like beer garden, or you just go out for something to eat. Everything would revolve around alcohol. And if it didn't involve alcohol, I wasn't interested.
Yeah. Cool. How many places have we been now? How many places have we visited now because nothing revolves around alcohol? How many times do we go to a city and we actually drive there? Whereas before, well, we're not going to go and visit that city because one of us has got to drive because it was all around the meal and the alcohol. It wasn't around going and seeing the city. It was about, right, what meal can we have in that city, and then what alcoholic drink, and then how are we going to get back? Oh no, we've got to get the train.
Yeah.
But how many times now do we go to places where we would never normally go? Like yesterday, we went to the beach for an ice cream.
Yeah.
For an hour.
But usually.
But before it would be like, oh, we need a pint.
Yeah, good for. And I'm not gonna lie, I did look in. I saw those people sat in the sun drinking a pint, and you look nice.
It is nice.
That's because I got a problem. It is nice.
Yeah, I'll tell you what the problem is. There's not enough decent alcohol free, because you can still do that with the good alcohol free stuff.
You can, but then that's the difference, because you drink for the taste.
Oh,
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
it for the
I like
buzz.
the taste of Guinness.
I like the buzz, and it's that.
Yeah.
You know, that warm fuzzy feeling it used to give me.
Yeah,
I'm not starting to sound like I want a drink. I'm not like, but that's the alcoholic.
I was going to say the alcoholic's coming out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't swap it. I wouldn't swap where I am now for that one buzz.
No,
definitely not. It's not worth it.
Well, that's a statement to end on.
Yeah.
That's a real statement to end on. So, hopefully, over the next few episodes, we're going to touch on all sorts of different things about being alcohol-free. And you can share our journey with children. We've got 2 children, 2 dogs. What we do without alcohol. Yeah. And if you like this episode, like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.